Welcome back to Le Mans 24 Hours for the PS2, and yes, once again I'm going to try and get a GT class win. It's attempt number 3, and the last attempt was particularly interesting. I went for strategy to try and win the class by stopping one less time than my opponents. The thing is, because I was going for a more fuel-saving engine and harder tyres that just would last longer, it meant I was down on pace. In a straight line, we were abysmal. To try and counteract that, I'd lowered the downforce to the lower setting, and that didn't help and made the car pretty bad in the corners as well, a lot of understeer. As a result, the strategy part worked quite well. I was second on the final lap and I could see the leader. The problem is, I just went backwards and finished 4th in class. Thank you for all the comments on the last video for suggestions of how to improve. Really surprised that none of them were just "get good mate, you're shit," which probably would have been valid. So once again, it's the 2000 Le Mans 24-hour race, and once again we are sticking with the Conrad Motorsport Porsche 911 GT2, handling mode on expert, driver skill on hard, and then in the race setup, once again, it's 1 minute for every hour, tyre wear and fuel usage on fast as a result, and the weather's on random. So far it's been completely dry. The weather could throw a spanner in the works today. So, what were the suggestions? Well, the first one, obviously, knock the downforce up so it's not horrible in the corners, which is fair enough, but what are we going to then do about the straights? Well, I got a comment from Pecky, which I think is the smoking gun. I think this is the issue. He was admittedly playing on the PC version, but he says the top speed gear ratio is basically just complete wank, in short. So, actually, we should try balance. And I think this is correct, because if you remember last time when I was heading down the Mulsanne straight, 4th gear, 5th gear, 6th gear, I wasn't hitting the red point of the red limiter in any of them. So, since it's qualifying up next, soft tyres on, engine mode set to sprint, and let's see if it makes a difference. Now, full disclosure, I just did a practice session, which I didn't film, I just wanted to get my eye in with stuff. And as you can see, it's gone well. I was struggling to get under 4 minutes before, just managed to do a 3 minutes 52, just from that change of gear ratio and a little knock-up of downforce. So it's now on me. The car can do it. Can driver. Okay, let's qualify. If I'd known I was going to be such a leap, I would have recorded the practice session, but I didn't want this video to last an actual 24 hours, so... Every damn time it catches me off guard. So this canal will hopefully demonstrate the difference already. As you can see, in the red of the rev limiter. And I also got a comment from a friend of the channel, Aubrey, saying that actually if you leave it in the red, it almost kind of boosts it a little bit further. In real life that would probably be bad for the engine, but that isn't simulated in this game, so all's fair it seems. So actually, I'm hitting the top end of the higher gears and getting up to speed much quicker, and then I can leave it in the red revs for a bit longer, just to give us that little boost. I can't tell if it's in my head, but it does feel like when you're in the red, it does start to get a little bit quicker. So assuming this is roughly the same setup that our opponents are using, it does seem like if we decide to go with the sprint engine in the race, and go like for like, and just do the 2 stops but just race them on the road, we might be competitive. But there's part of me that also thinks, why don't I just keep the balanced engine in, still do the 1 stop, but with the added speed, I could make that strategy work now. Here we go then. Right, power on. Look at this though. Already 4 minutes 2 from a standing start on the outlap. The pace difference is already noticeable. Right, let's start the lap well. Oh God, no! Like I said, it's more on the driver now. I can't blame my slow car and my bad setup. F this one already. Incredibly, that's still 2.3 seconds quicker than the outlap, because the standing start was, yeah, that costly. I've just realised I'm going to have to make this lap count, because with the way the fuel consumption is on the sprint engine, if I finish this lap, I'll run out of fuel on the next lap. So sure, I could go into the pits, but that means I'll then just be driving around the track for another 2 times for no reason, because I'll have done an in lap and then an out lap, and then I'll be on my 5th and final lap. I'm just going to make this one count, because I can't be f***ed with that. Oh no! Why can't I do Arnage properly? For f***'s sake. This is usually a problem section now. Porsche curves. Literally just gone off the track and followed the same wheel tracks. What an awful lap. F off, please. Come on. We style it out, we're not going to get under 4 minutes. It's going to be slower. Oh, it's not. So after all that, I'm just going to start at the back again. So, up the top, it's a surprise pole for Paynors Motorsports ahead of the 3 Audi sport cars. Mopar Team Orica in 5th, Dam's 6th and 7th. There's a Conrad Motorsports prototype car starting 11th. Our class starts at 17th, and it's a Team Orica top 3. What a start for them. It was Corvette who won it last time. They will follow just behind them. We are not, oh wow, we're not going to start last. We're ahead of Paul Belmondo Racing. I wonder if we're going to get some grief off them again. Yes, as we've mentioned every time, the Corvette and Porsche pictures are just wrong and mixed up. So we could have easily, if I'd put the lap I'd done in practice, I could have started 20th. It's very annoying. Do I go for the sprint engine and try and go like for like, or do I just stick with the balanced engine but use the increased pace that I've got to try and make that original strategy work? Strategy is all well and good, but let's see if we can race them on the road. I am going to stick with the hard tyres though, just for the very simple reason that if it does rain, and there's no forecast on this game, the hard tyres are more drivable in the wet than the softs. So that's the only switch I'm going to make, purely because I don't have a forecast, which is very annoying. But then again, what are the AI? Are the AI going to have dry tyres? Do they get knowledge? I don't know. And we're going to be doing 2 stops. Okay. Wow. Okay, we are going to start the Le Mans 24 Hours in an aquarium. F***ing hell. That is very blue. Dabba-dee dabba-die. Well, here we go then. Can we make the 2-stop strategy work? Can we be competitive? The Le Mans 24-hour race from under the sea is... go. Okay, we're going to have to be very careful, as we are on the wrong tyre. It's nice and easy. And they're braking earlier. Let's just slide at the inside. To slam anchors on then because I felt like there wasn't much grip, but we've made it one easy place. God. Very slidey. Let's not do anything silly at Tetra Rouge and get out on this grab. Immediately, we've lost 21st, and we might be victims of the slipstream behind us. Oh, we're going to get bump drafted by our fellow Porsche. Thank you, Freisinger Motorsports. Let's go. Teamwork to catch up with the pack. Right. Early on the brakes. Down to second. You can still see some brake lights in the distance, so that's okay. So I believe we are going to stop at the end of lap 2 then, with everyone else. And I keep thinking, oh, it's okay that we've lost them, because we'll make it up later. No, we won't. We have to actually catch them on the road this time. Gap holding at about 4.5 seconds. I mean, it looks pretty thick weather, to say the least. So I don't think it's going to be an issue of do we go onto winters or wet. It looks like full wet weather. So that will just be the change at the pit stop as well. Oh, for the same place again. Oh, that's me trying to take it. The dry line there, braking a bit too late. Oh, hell. Slightly unorthodox route through Dunlop, but it could have been a lot worse, so I'll take it. Oh, for f***'s sake. We are in a proper no man's land now, after that awful first sector. Trying to push it too hard, come on now. Haven't done much wet weather running in this, so I'm still reverting to muscle memory of driving it in the dry. Oh no! Pushing the braking zone again in the wet. What an idiot. I can't believe we're not under pressure from those behind us again, because this has been an awful lap. Let's hope we can start to maybe make some ground up when we get on the right tyres. God. And it just feels pitch black. I thought I had headlights. Like everyone else has got nuclear explosions for headlights. And on the replay my car has headlights, but why can't I see anything? Like, surely I should get, you know, a better view of the road than this. It's so dark.
Okay.
Yes, that's my pit method entry. That's my pit limiter. Okay, change tyres, full wets, keep the... Actually, just to give me a bit more control in the corners, we're going to go to high downforce, because we've got some power on the straight line now. We're going to refuel it to the very top. And look, we lead the class. There we go, brilliant. We will temporarily take the lead. We are going to lose it all again now. There goes the Orica. Still the Vipers holding the lead, but there is a Corvette in their midst. Right, let's not throw it straight off the road. God, it is so dark. Oh, but immediately, oh, he says, there's definitely a lot more grip. so hard to see. Like, could barely even see where to turn for Tetra Rouge then. God almighty. Incredibly though, we are now cut into the gap ahead. It's still a massive gap. We do have pressure from behind. We need a good stint now through to morning. Sorry, I realise I might be leaning forward slightly out of the box that you can see me in. But I'm finding it so hard to bloody see. That's alright, that's better. That seems like a cut, but that is the line that the AI take. It feels really unnatural because you are properly getting off track. Took a similar line there for Indianapolis, but I don't think that's quite as approved. Oh my god, that was bad. I do apologise. In fact, a lot of this has been very bad. This is not the step up I was hoping for, and it's on me not handling the wet weather very well at all. In my defence, I feel like real Le Mans drivers get slightly more visibility than this. Oh my god. It's bouncing across the chicane. This is comically bad. I'm so sorry. Okay, so it's coming up to 6 AM, which means we're finally going to get enough light to see. This is all making my 3-minute 52 lap claim look like a big lie now. It's like, did you, bro? Did you really do that? Oh, you weren't filming it, were you? Oh. That's, oh, what a shame. Okay, finally, we take 2 seconds out of the car ahead. It is 7:30 in the morning. Have I left it too late? I can't remember when the final stops take place. I don't think it's on this lap. But my fuel is looking quite close for like another lap after this one. I wonder if I go one early and stop on this one. Yeah, I'm not confident that fuel's going to get us all the way through. I'm going to stop on this one. And then this should be us to the end. Although it's nice to see, oh, some cars there, briefly, as I go. Don't look at the cars, look at the road. Okay, yep. Change tyres to wet. Confirm. And yes, we are going to drop right to the back. Even entering the pits though, a 3:57, which is my best in a race ever. And we've done it in the wet, entering the pits. The pace is there. I've just been I got completely thrown off by the wet weather. I have noticed that on the rear wing of my Porsche it says always on top, which is, the more I continue to suck at this game, the more it's just mocking me. I've never been on top. Interestingly, one of the cars behind us has decided to do the same, so we don't fall all the way to the back. You can see that our pack is up at the first of the chicanes on the Mulsanne straight. Right, really, really important lap now. Early on Tetra Rouge there, but So I was hoping the format of this race would be I'd be in amongst it throughout the entire race, but once again I'm hoping that my attempt is going to come alive at the very end. No! Just cannot catch a break. Now I thought that was expertly taken. It's the one corner I can seem to every now and again just nail. Shame about the rest of the f***ing track. So here we go to start what will be the final lap. And I feel like our class are just heading up. In fact, they're over the Dunlop Bridge now. Not over it, under it. We can see the back of them. We can see the lights again. Leaders coming out of Tetra Rouge as we enter this sequence. I feel like what's really hurt us on this attempt is two things. Obviously being on the hard tyres at the start and not being able to make much progress, but night in wet weather on this game, that's an experience, because there's just no visibility. There's just none. We'll hold my hands up to all those mistakes. Very silly. But unfortunately it was a bit of a learning experience that caught me off guard. I felt so well prepared. Heading down to the Mulsanne corner, 4 o'clock local time arrives. It is the final lap. Look how annoyingly close. We come out of the final Ford chicane. We cut the gap to 2.1. But we finished 22nd. That's 5th in class, is it? 17th, 18th, 19th, 20, 21, 26th in class. I thought this was going to be the one, just by virtue of that gear ratio change and how good practice went, which definitely happened. It did.
Okay.
So Audi Sport triumph in the wet ahead of Paynos Motorsports, then the other two Audi Sport cars. Let's see where our Conrad Motorsports comrade came 11th. So not bad. Start qualified 11th, finished 11th. Good job. Much better than some. Team Orica convert their pole into a win, and it's a 1-2 for them. Corvette Racing 3rd and 4th, followed by the final Team Orica. We finish 6th in class. What is very notable though, and proof that actually today was me at fault, is my best lap was a 3 minutes 54.2. 4 seconds faster than any of the best times in class. I'm just gonna have to hold my hands up to this. I can't, there's nowhere to hide with that one. I must admit, I was going to make this the last video in this game until real Le Mans came around and we pick it back up again, because it's May now and I should be focusing on the other big Triple Crown events. But I am so annoyed by how that went. So, one last attempt at Le Mans 24 hours before we put it on ice until the real thing comes around. We made progress in terms of knowledge rather than actual physical progress. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, I do hope you'll consider liking and subscribing to the channel. I'm finally, after just over 4 years, very close to the 1,000 mark. So hopefully we can get there this year. It'd be really cool if we did. But thank you, as ever, for watching. I really appreciate it. And I will see you very soon.